All right, folks, welcome back to another downshift pass review. This one is going to be a little different. We're just going to go ahead and hop into it. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2018 Honda Accord 2.0T Sport. This is the 2-liter engine sport model, and what makes this one really special is it has the 6-speed manual transmission. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the very rare, very hard to find 6-speed manual transmission. There it goes right there. I was really excited to review this car because, as you know, Honda stopped making the 6-speed manual edition of this car. So I wanted to go ahead and review it and see if this is really the enthusiast choice to choose from. Now, I did already do a review of the 2020 Honda Accord. It was a 1.5T Sport, and I'll go ahead and link in the description below. So if you want to see the full detailed review of all the features and everything of the car, you can go ahead and take a look at that. But let me go ahead and start with hopping in the vehicle here. Of course, you have your standard key, lock, unlock, and a trunk button. Now, one of the major differences that you get on the 2.0 is this here. If you want to lock it, you have a button here. If you want to unlock it, put your hand behind the handle, it will unlock for you. On the 1.5T, you do not get that. Another feature that you get that you don't get on the 1.5T is going to be a sunroof, which is standard on the 2-liter, as well as heated seats in the front seats that you get on the 2-liter that is not available on the 1.5T. Other than that, a lot of the features are going to be the same, but I really want to focus on, like I said, what this engine is and what this transmission is. So let's go ahead and pop the hood here. All right, folks, and what we are looking at here is the K20 series motor. This is simply a Type R in a tux, pretty much. The K series is known for its high reliability as well as really, really awesome performance that you are going to get a chance to see as soon as I start driving this thing. And guys, you hear a lot of people talk about this being a Type R motor, and honestly, the biggest difference between this and the Type R motor is the Accord has smaller turbos, different pistons, as well as some camshafts, and the addition of balance shafts, which is just going to reduce the engine vibration. That's some really high level stuff. Essentially, it has a little bit less power, a little bit less torque as well, but it still pulls really, really hard. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and take a listen to this thing first. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think down in the comment section below of the noise of that 2.0T. You know, turbos always quiet out engine notes, so it's not as aggressive as you may think it is, but the car is still a pretty aggressive driver, if I do say so myself, as far as power delivery and all of that goes. But let me know down in the comments below if you liked it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you loved it, hit that notification bell as well. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the drive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, setting out here in the 2018 Honda Accord Sport 2.0T, 6-speed. And this thing has some power. Now, I was really excited to drive this one because Honda, you know, they said save the manuals when they released this car, and then they sold it for 2 years, and then they just cut it. So luckily, the owner of this vehicle ran out, purchased one, and was very gracious enough to allow me to review it and use it on my channel. So thank you to the owner of this car. And one last thing, ladies and gentlemen, again, the full in-depth review of all the features and specs and everything of the this generation Honda Accord is down in the description below, or I'll put it right up here. It'll be in one of those places, so make sure you check that out if you are interested in this car. Now, when Honda debuted this 2-liter engine in the Accord, you know, a lot of people were upset because they were doing away with the V6 engine, but the industry as a whole is moving toward turbos, and the biggest question was, is this 2-liter turbo engine going to live up to what Honda's ubiquitous V6 did for that car? I mean, it really just brought it to life, gave it a lot of personality, a lot of character, and really made it the fun to drive option in its category. And again, I really wanted to see what it would do with the manual transmission. I did have the pleasure to drive the last generation that they made with the manual transmission and the V6. I was able to drive that, see what it was like, and it's an amazing automobile, amazing transmission, amazing engine note, and I really wanted to see what this one was all about. Honda was also very adamant about the numbers of this car because versus the V6, it produces less horsepower but more torque, and of course torque is the force that you feel when you're driving the vehicle. Horsepower is what's going to continue to carry the car. Now this one does a really good job, I think, of both. Versus the V6, of course you have slight turbo lag, but honestly it's not really anything that's worth mentioning. Now of course in a 10-speed you might notice that a little bit more pronounced with the turbo lag, but in a manual you're able to modulate it a little bit more. And again, a couple of extra goodies that you get with the 2.0T, the heated seats being one. You guys know I'm a heated seat lover, and these heated seats are a-okay. And let's go ahead and get an arm wrap pull. Now it is a little wet, so I can't do too much. Let's see here. And it feels pretty good merging onto the highway. The throws don't feel too long, but they definitely are not short throws at all. It kind of has a little bit of a rubbery feel to the transmission, but it still feels good overall. Now when you're cruising along the highway in 6th gear, I think this is when this car really comes to life. See, right now we're doing about 70 miles an hour. It's about 2,500 RPM. And if I was to just put my foot to the gas all the way down, it starts pulling pretty good. You have a slight bit of turbo lag, but then it just wakes up. And the higher in the RPM range it gets, the more expressive the engine becomes. It really starts picking up, and it just pulls and pulls and pulls all the way to red line. I'm in a little bit of traffic here, so I'm not able to get too crazy with it and show you guys, but trust me when I say it will definitely pull probably a lot more harder than you would expect. That was a 4th gear pull there. And you have to be careful because this car will get away from you. It doesn't make a lot of noise. It's not abrasive. It's not too aggressive to drive, but it does get you there rapidly. You will definitely enjoy this car. Engine paired with a transmission, it's a nice couple. They go together very well. So in a lot of these reviews, I notice everyone says get the 10-speed, get the 10-speed, get the 10-speed instead of the 6-speed manual transmission. In this video, this car, and what I'm about to say is for all enthusiasts out there, get the 6-speed manual transmission. Hashtag save the manuals. This is where it's at. It's just a lot more driver engagement. The 10-speed is absolutely going to be faster. The transmission is just geared very well. That 10-speed is just geared very well. It's geared very well for speed. It does a great job of modulating everything. It's a really good transmission. But this manual transmission gives you an engagement that that automatic just will not give you. It adds a level of excitement to the car, a level of fun to the car. And how many other 4-door sedans are out there on the road with the manual transmission? So you can also be one of the rarefied people on the road with this automobile. So get the 6-speed manual transmission. I know I'm not the only one to say it, but I'm one of the few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you enjoyed this very quick review with the 6-speed manual transmission Honda Accord. Sorry it couldn't be a lot longer with weather and the amount of time I had with the vehicle. I really just wanted to do what I can for you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, I would absolutely appreciate you subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Would you get the 10-speed manual or the would you get the 10-speed automatic or the 6-speed manual? Let me know. Be sure to follow me on all social media as well. Have Instagram, TikTok, and let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video. All right.